Hey, Scorpio, welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be your timeless tarot reading. And so before jumping in with the cards, Scorpio, I always like to talk about my intuitive insights. You need to keep in mind that this is for any major Scorpio placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So if the message doesn't resonate, check your other signs and placements, Scorpio. But what I heard was you got a decision to make. Choices. So I don't know if you're in competition with somebody when it comes to a certain relationship. It's like somebody here wants to win at all costs was really the energy coming through. But I just felt this very overwhelming restless energy, like you're restless, you're riddled with anxiety, and I do feel there's a need to recharge. So don't worry about impressing people. I just feel like you've been on a roller coaster of ups and downs and ups and downs. And so I don't know if you've put somebody up on a pedestal or if somebody's put you up on a pedestal. Remember, swap around the energies, the characters. But don't cram yourself into a reading that's not meant for you. But I do feel you need to find some self-confidence here to be a little bit more assertive. And so what I kept hearing over and over in meditation was liars and users, liars and users. So I don't know if you're dealing with a liar, you're dealing with a user, or if you're the one using somebody and lying to somebody. But there was a big underlying energy of, hey, address your dating issues, Scorpio. There's a need to address some underlying issues when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships. And so I just feel you are being challenged right now. Like life is challenging you, Scorpio, and you need to stay in control. Because I do feel somebody here is either trying to seduce you, manipulate you, use you, or lie to you. And so maybe you're starting to question, am I even supposed to have a future with this person? I think you need to take a step back and you really need to analyze your feelings, because true love is not about desire. It is not about lust. True love is the basis of all healthy relationships. And so take a step back. Really take a step back and be the observer, because there's something here that you need to alleviate yourself from, was a big message, because I do feel this is causing a lot of physical and mental issues and illnesses. And so you have to put yourself back together. I just feel if you're struggling with health issues and you can't get a proper diagnosis, check yourself and reevaluate who you are connected to. This could be a lover. This could be in the workplace. This could be a family member. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to jump in with the cards and we're going to see what other messages need to come through for you, Scorpio. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, share the video, especially if you're resonating with the messages that I'm putting out there. And remember, all readings are just here to give you a nudge, to push you in the right direction. I'm not here to tell you what to do. The cards certainly are not here to tell you what to do. All of these readings, all of these messages are just opening up a doorway opportunity for you to step into self-empowerment and to create the life that you want. So let's get into it, Scorpio. Let's see what needs to come through. Messages. So Mercury energy coming through, and we get ascendant. So we are almost out of the post shadow retrograde energy for Mercury. And so you might have been receiving messages. I do feel this energy of judgment coming through, and I feel a wounded healer. And so have you been shown something here? The ascendant really is the entrance. It's the arrival. It's the energy of opening up the gateway to past lives. And so maybe you've been receiving divine downloads, divine messages, but I feel some type of an awakening here. Maybe you've been going through some type of process of soul retrieval. I could be speaking to a Scorpio ascendant. Doesn't have to be, but pay attention to your rising sign. I do feel there's a core wound being triggered, being activated in order for you to close out a cycle, and it's going to take some strength here. So let's go a little bit further here. Let's see what else needs to come through. I just heard Kundalini activation, so maybe you've recently gone through some type of Kundalini rising or Kundalini activation. Let's get a few of these out, though, and let's see what needs to come through, Scorpio. Scorpio, if you would like to book a more personalized reading, please feel free to check out that description box below or the comment section down below. You will find a link to my webpage to book in a personal reading. Also, there is an option to join the membership side of the channel. If you would like to become a channel member, please feel free to check it out. I go live every Thursday at noon on the membership side, and we do card pulls into all 12 zodiac signs. We get messages from Spirit of what Spirit wants you to know right now. It's just a nice, fun place for us to learn and grow together. So come and join us on the other side, Scorpio. But let's get into it and let's see what else needs to come through for you. Messages for Scorpio, please. We get Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Venus in Gemini. Queen Bee. That's what I heard. Queen Bee. And so I feel an Empress energy coming through. I definitely feel an Empress energy coming through. And I feel like a Two of Cups coming through with the 4th house. And so what else do we got here? We got Mars. Something here has been set into motion. I feel anger. I feel a new beginning here. I feel a need to take a risk, to take a leap of faith. But there's this energy coming through of like a 5 of Cups when it comes to a current relationship. And so the 7th house. Remember the ascendant on the cut. The 7th house is the fall. The 7th house is one-on-one relationships. I do feel a sense of grief, a sense of sorrow. I do feel there's a need to take action. I feel there's some undeniable truth coming to light about a home situation, about a 2 of Cups situation. And this might mean a situation with the mother of your child. It doesn't have to be. But I do feel an energy of like intertwining going on here. And you think of the 4th house. The 4th house is naturally ruled by Cancer. And so there could be something hidden about a home situation here. There could be some dating issues coming up that have really affected your home life, but I feel the Mars energy is saying, hey, it's time to take action. There's some truth here that's coming to light, and I feel anger. I feel repressed grief, repressed anger, and there's a need to address these relationship issues once and for all. And so I almost feel like a 3 of Cups. So third party interference. It can be people, it can be friends, it can be peers, it can be a mother, it can be a father, it can be a third party lover, it can be somebody that uses work as a mask to deal with emotional issues. Third party is anything that blocks you from being fully intimate with another. And so I do feel the wheels are spinning. The wheels are spinning here. So let's read into the relationship card, because that was pretty loud in my meditative, intuitive channeling for you, Scorpio. So let's read into the relationship card. So I do feel there's a relationship here that you're involved with. And there's a lack of honor. There's a lack of compromise. And so if you're just compromising with somebody just for the sake of being in a relationship, this is zapping your vitality. I do feel there's a need to protect yourself from some type of predator. There's a need to get down to the roots of why you keep leaning on somebody that might not be healthy for you. But I feel there's a need to adjust your expectations. Maybe you're working really hard to keep a relationship alive, or maybe you're being tempted to kind of stray from a relationship, but there's something coming through about an unbalanced relationship, an unattainable, unbalanced relationship. And so it's time for you to really address your romantic relationships. Are they fair? Are they honorable? Do you both come to agreements on the same page with issues? I just feel like there's an underlying fascination here that kind of gets you in this energy of allowing yourself to be tempted. So let's back it up and let's read about the 4th home. The fourth house. The 4th house. So if you think about your home should be your sanctuary. Your home should be the place where you shouldn't have to deal with drama. You shouldn't have to deal with all of the outside confusion. Your home should be your safe place where you go when you need to kind of approach life from an observing standpoint. And so you need to find your center. There is something here within your home, I feel, that is saying, hey, you're not safe. You're not safe in these surroundings. And so there might be some type of existential crisis going on the home front. But I just feel like you're dealing with some type of Empress energy here too. And so you might have children together with somebody here. But there's a need to recognize maybe somebody's crossed a line here. Somebody's crossed a boundary. But I do feel this energy too of mastering some type of cycle. So let's go a little bit further with the cards. Let's see what else needs to come through with the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck today for you, Scorpio. Let's get into it. Look at that. 7 of Coins. in reverse. There is a tower on the home front. We get the tower card, and so the tower comes in to break apart a false foundation, to break apart a false belief, to break you free from some type of procrastination, because you're stuck, you're stagnant, you're complacent, and there's a need to plant a seed in a new direction. And so I think maybe there's a need to admit, hey, this was not a wise investment. But there's going to be a powerful, unexpected revelation here. And I do feel time's up. You're going through some type of enlightenment is what it feels like. And there's a lot of worry. There is a lot of worry about taking action. I feel base chakra pressure. So there's fear about financial security, I feel, coming through. But let's get 9 of these cards out for you, Scorpio, and let's see what needs to come through. We got 2 that kind of just fell out, so there really is a need to get honest here. I do feel you're dealing with some type of liar. The 7 of Swords in reverse to me is saying, liar, liar, pants on fire. So I do feel you're dealing with some type of liar here that is really taking you down, that has wounded you. And so ask your angels for help right now. I think you're losing your peace of mind when it comes to somebody that is a pathological liar. And there might be an embarrassing truth coming to light. You need to make sure to be mindful, because this could lead to a material loss. This could lead to a huge financial loss. We get the renewal card right out the gate. We get the judgment card. And so there is a need to review. Are you overgiving in a relationship? Are you self-sacrificing in a relationship because you have a lot of love to give, because you're compassionate? Psychic energy is very much connected to Scorpio. And so have you been listening to your intuition? Have you been following your heart? Because I think the energy is saying, hey, Scorpio, wake up. It's time to head in a new direction. It's time to heal your heart. So I do feel there's some type of misunderstanding here with no resolution in sight. I think you've been there for somebody in their time of need, and they're not being there for you in your time of need. And so it's really time to embrace the healing journey. We get Sagittarius, Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Sag. I don't know. But the central energy is this Page of Coins, which is saying a fresh new start. It's time to get to work. It's time to get to work, Scorpio. It's really time to plant a seed for a new opportunity, to maybe take back your power here. The Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. So I think it's time for you to believe in yourself. It's time for you to believe in yourself. You could be this Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with the Queen of Wands. But we've got somebody here, brilliant, talented, independent, somebody here that if they believe in themselves, there's nothing that they can't do. And so there is a need for balance here. There is a need for truth. The Queen of Swords. And we get the 5 of Coins right beside that Queen of Swords. And then we get the King of Swords in reverse. I do feel a separation. I do feel you're dealing with a liar. You're dealing with a pathological liar. You're dealing with somebody that likes to leave you guessing. There's a need to turn your back on a situation, because I do feel this person might be after your money. I do feel it's time to release this person, and I think they know how to get in your head to create fear surrounding money. But I think you can do anything here. You can do anything here. So you're dealing with somebody that does not know how to communicate. They're unemotional. There's a lack of love. There's a lack of feeling. You need to take a step back. Does this person actually respect you, Scorpio? Does this person respect you? Because I do feel maybe it's time for you to go towards some type of self-employment. That's what I feel. It's really time for you to release this situation. It could be a situation. It could be a person. But something here is holding you back. Something here is holding you back. And I just heard human rights. Human rights. So human rights might be in question here. You're being asked to protect yourself. The angels are saying you need to protect yourself. I do feel there's a very tricky situation here. There's a lack of honesty. There's a lack of integrity here. And I do think you might need to reach out and ask for some help here. I do think maybe you're worried about money, but it's time for you to focus on career. I feel it's time for you to focus on maybe an entrepreneurial career here. Try to find the humor in this difficult situation. On the bottom of the deck, we get the 3 of Wands in reversed. So I just feel there might be a lack of planning for long term, or maybe you thought this was going to be a long-term partnership, and you're running out of patience. You're running out of patience. So you get to decide what's next. But I do feel what's next is planting a seed of maybe going back to school. Maybe it's time to go back to school. Maybe it's time to get to work and think about a new career path. But I do think it's time to maybe embrace a new area of study. And I heard esoteric study. So let's clarify this page of coins. Where is this page of coins taking you? Oh my goodness. We get the unwise choice, the Five of Swords. We get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and we get the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I just feel there's a recognition that there's a better way. You need to release an unwise choice. That's what I see here. There's an unwise choice here that needs to be released before you can go towards a new opportunity. And so maybe at one point in time, you thought this was an awesome opportunity. You thought this was it. This is what I'm really passionate about, but there's a lack of loyal dedication here. Maybe you've been apprehensive about choosing another path, but you are dealing with somebody that definitely lacks integrity, that has a lot of questionable motives. And there's a need to release this. And so you're not going anywhere until a situation here comes to an end. So there's a new beginning here that's being blocked because there is a need for you to release a situation or person here. And you're being held back. Let's get one more on this. Yeah, 8 of Cups. So you're clinging to something here. There's a need to move on. There's a need to move on. There's a need to seek out an alternative solution here. There's a need to choose to make some big life changes, and maybe it's scary, but when we are in this 8 of Cups in reverse, it means we're clinging to something that we know deep down inside we need to walk away from. And so if you don't choose to make those big changes, that tower is going to come in and break something apart, because here you are repeating negative patterns, and there's a need to complete some type of lesson here. And maybe it is about self-worth and self-value. We got the Empress in reversed, and I felt that Empress card here. So either you're dealing with the mother of your child, or maybe you don't know your self-worth, but it's like you're so afraid to take action. It's time to take action towards manifesting your dreams. And so do not let fear hold you back from taking a leap of faith. Don't let fear hold you back. I do feel there might be a new creative spark here trying to come through, but there's a block to abundance here. There's a block to prosperity until you leave an unwise choice behind. And so how can you push your fears aside and take a leap of faith? We get Pisces, we get Aries energy. We've got a full moon eclipse coming up here, Scorpio, and it's saying, hey, you're going to have to let go of these fears. There's going to be a revelation. There might even be an unexpected windfall, but first you're going to have to say, hey, I got to let this go. Until you let this go, you're going to be blocked from manifesting abundance. And so there might be some type of soul contract here reaching completion. I do feel third party. I feel a block with third party energy, and it might even just be a whole social group that's holding you back. But you really got to make sure you're being honest with yourself, and you're dealing with somebody that is not honest here. So let's clarify this King of Swords in reverse, because that's kind of the overall outcome. So what's this King of Swords got to say? Well, we get the Hierophant card clarifying the King of Swords in reverse. We get the Hanged Man card, the Awakening. We get the King of Cups. And so I just feel there's really a need to reflect. There's a need to reflect. There's a need to maybe take a step back and ask the divine for some help here. I do feel you've got somebody here that wants to appear as trustworthy, but they're a little bit stoic. They're a little bit detached. They're not really speaking up. They don't know how to communicate their emotions. I think they like to appear trustworthy, but there's some type of situation here that isn't solid. There's some type of hidden intentions here. And I do think the divine is saying, hey, we're trying to show you what's best for you, but you got to wake up. You got to stop playing the martyr. You got to stop playing the victim in this situation. And so how can you reflect on these insights that are coming in, Scorpio? Because I think you're awakening to see this situation in a whole new light. And I do think it's time for you to embrace your weirdness, to embrace your uniqueness, and to bite the bullet and deliver a harsh message. I do think there's going to be a blunt severing of ties here, because you got to step into your worth and your value. And so there's something here I feel very toxic. I think it's feeling very ungrounded. Maybe you're overly generous, But break yourself free. Break yourself free from something here that really isn't serving your highest good. It's really not supporting your path to happiness. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Let's clarify her, because she's kind of turning her back on this situation. And I feel that's a decision that you need to make. Yeah, so you're really looking at this situation, I think. You're no longer seeing it as black and white. And so you're like, do I let it go? Do I let it go? And then we get the Nine of Swords in reversed. And we get the Ace of Coins. And so I do feel there is like a Five of Coins here. And that's the card that's in between these two that are not facing one another. Do not let fears of money stop you from moving forward in life. Do not use lack of money as an excuse to stay stuck somewhere that you're not meant to be. And so you might need to learn how to manage your resources wisely here. There might be extremes in money issues here, but this is about making a wise decision. And so there might be an unexpected windfall once you release a situation. And there is fear. There is fear about cutting this out. So refocus your thoughts, refocus your energy, get some more sleep at nighttime. And what's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, third party. There's third party here, and there's soul suppression, and there's boredom. And so I do feel there's going to be a wake-up call. There's going to be some truth coming to light here. So let's close this off with the crystal stone deck. So turn on the light, turn on the light. I do feel it's time for you to elevate your frequency. It's time for you to elevate your thought process. But I do think there's like a little pesky energy here, kind of trying to block you. So what's the closing message for Scorpio? Closing message for Scorpio, please. Grow from your heart. Speak from your heart. We get chrysoprase, and we get Amazonite. I don't know why I had a blank when I went to read that card. And so I do think you really struggled through that Mercury retrograde. I feel like a teeth grinder here. There's stress. There's teeth grinding here. And so what did that Mercury retrograde bring to light? Because there is almost this mesmerizing energy here that knows how to hook you, that knows how to hook you. And so it's time for you to do some deep inner child healing. I think you do. I think you really love this person, or maybe you love this job, but it's time for you to let it go. Maybe it's also time for you to forgive the person that hurt you the most, and maybe that person was your mother. I don't know. We got the mother energy coming through. But I do feel it's time for you to forgive yourself. It's time for you to evolve as a spiritual being. And so your inner child is saying, hey, it's time to have a real in-depth talk with that inner child, that little girl or that little boy inside, because it's time for you to make some big, big changes. And so what does that little inner child want from you? Because there's some type of hurt below the surface here that allows you to keep getting swindled in the romance department. And so maybe you feel like you just want to give up on love. But you've got this green light to keep going. It's time to shed light on these negative vices. It's time to shed light on a victim mentality, and maybe even vampires in your life, like energy vampires in your life, because there's going to be a clear view. There's going to be a clear perspective coming through here. And when you have that clear perspective, you're going to have to kick somebody right to the curb. You're going to have to kick them to the curb. And that's what I got for you, Scorpio. So I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a more personalized reading with me, check out the description box below. Also, I'd like to mention there is a membership side of the channel. If you want to come over to the membership side, head on over there, check it out. There will be a link below in the description box as well as in the comment section. I'd love to see you over there. I hope you all have a great day, Scorpio, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.